Okay, hi, hello, 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 good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me stop for a second and come back on. This is being weird. Okay, so okay, come on here. Okay, these are your bad ones. These are good. Beautiful. Okay, so today's this stream's topic is overprotective parents. I'm pretty sure we can all relate to that. Can y'all hear me here in Clapper? Let me know. I had to take it off to not disturb and then I had to end it. Yeah, overprotective parents, this also refers to helicopter parents. Thank you for letting me know. Twitter, Ariel, ARIELLE_Christy, like the nickname, KRISTY. So we can all relate. And hello, if you're here on Restream, hello. I'm also live on YouTube Live, on Kick. We can all relate to, overprotective parents. A lot of us have had it. Have, a lot of us have had overprotective parents. Or, this also refers to, helicopter parents, tiger parents. I was watching this one movie, and this is why I brought this topic, right? I was like, oh, that'd be good. That'd be a good topic. Hear me in here? Let's go. It's this one fucking movie. It's like an old movie with Ashton Kutcher and Kristen Bell. That too, yeah. All really religious parents as well, yes. And like the premise of the movie was pretty much, like they're best friends allegedly. They're best friends, right? But he lives somewhere else. He's doing quite well. Let's keep in mind. Thank you so much for doing that. He's wealthy, quite wealthy. She's a single mother taking care of her son, and she dictates her son's life, right? I do not know what it's called, but you might you might understand it. You might have seen it. And he goes and they're on the phone, whatever, and he goes there to take care of the kid, and they trade lives pretty much for like a week or something like that. And she has this like tear tire list. He's like, what is this? And she has a bunch of casseroles, frozen, and she's like, oh, Jack likes them, and he's like that's not even like a dictating anymore parent. That's like a bulldozing parent. Thank you for being here as well. Thank you. That's crazy. Definitely a hard. That's crazy. Yeah. So that's why I brought this up. So yeah, there's bulldozing parents. There's over religious parents. I can thank you here. Ariel, ARIELLE_Christy, KRISTY. I have a blue shirt on, a baby blue shirt on, long sleeve. My hair is really long. It's parted on the other side. And it's not like this is straighter. You'll see it. Bulldozing parents, helicopter parents, tiger parents, over religious parents, overprotective parents. They're all not good. They're all not good. Yes, kids this day and age are different. I do think the kids nowadays do need. Don't be shy, y'all, in the you now chat. Say hello. I do think though these kids nowadays do need that a little bit. I'm not saying a lot. Like, yes, give your kid a little bit of freedom. Some, let kids make mistakes. They're kids. I mean, obviously, don't let them, hopefully they don't end up in prison and jail, doing illegal shit on the streets, pregnant, father, mother at a young age. No. Okay, no, that's understandable. No, absolutely not. But like, kids are gonna get in fights. Kids are going to, you know, get bullied. They're going to nipples itchy. Oh my gosh. Kids are gonna experience things, they're gonna do dumb shit. Let them. I mean, obviously the drinking and shit should not be. I don't think so. But hey, like, they'll learn a lesson. But some parents, they don't want their kids to learn. Like, they want their kids to do what they want to do. It's not good. It's not healthy. My kids getting out. I just do no. Why is the audio not on here? Give me a second now. Okay, okay, okay. I had nothing against people, hitting their kids. Obviously, you don't beat your children, but like, you know, control your kids for the most part. Discipline your kids. Take their shit away. Take their bed away. Can y'all maybe restart? Take their bed away. All that stuff. How do you even type on here? I don't know how to fucking type. How do you type? Let's see. Comments. Is this how I do it? Oh, maybe this is how you do it. Let's see. Oh, okay. I don't know how to use this typing thing. I'm getting Okay, there it goes. Sorry, I got it. Okay. Yeah, nothing against parents, beating their. I mean, don't obviously beat your kid, but like, discipline your child at the very least. Like, don't sit there and tell your kid, oh, that's why the volume wasn't up. I'm dumb. Like, discipline your kid. Take their shit right. Ground them. These kids nowadays are not disciplined. They're not. And the kids nowadays can definitely use it. They can definitely use hello. Oh, let me know that's better, y'all. Let me know here on the platform once you get on. I had the volume off. But back then, it was just, oh, and I mean back then, like when I was a kid, it was too much. So I can relate to this. Not the like religious part, not the thank you for the 1 viewer here on Restream, thank you for the 2 viewers here on Say hi in the chat. Hello, hello. You do video? What do you mean I do video calls? Like one on one? What do you mean by that? You gotta DM me for that. Yes, exactly. Kids need like a freaking ass whipping because they're just terrible now. So I understand that concept why they need to be more on the kid's ass. I get that. But back then, kids were not as bad as they are. I mean, yes, DM me for that. No, still no audio. What the hell is wrong with this shit? Uh, yeah, the kids are just they're not great right now. They're not. it's definitely needed. It really is. Like the kids were not as bad back then. Listen, I don't remember like they weren't doing the shit that people. I can't check right now. Like they weren't doing like the shit. Like, like we weren't like me and we weren't doing shit that kids are doing now. Like the fucking Tide Pod challenge. Like who the fuck the Tide Pod challenge? Why? Why the Tide Pod challenge? Like stop. Like this is why kids don't use social media. We didn't do that stupid shit back then. Kids didn't even live long back then. Like in the 80s and shit. And if they did, their parents probably took very good care of them or just good morning, good morning. And I can relate. Thank you for Let me know if y'all like these morning lives better than the night lives. I mean, I still like the night lives, but let me know if you enjoy these. I'm still gonna do like the workouts and stuff like that. I have some other lives in mind, like some fashion ones, like yeah, the knockout challenge. The what was that one? You put the you dump the cold water over, the head, the AS whatever, ASO whatever. I didn't do that. Like, these kids are just ridiculous nowadays. They're just fucking stupid. We didn't do that dumb shit back then. Icebox bucket, ice bucket challenge. Yeah. Like no, like and you're like unless you're like taking a shower and you're outside dirty and you use a bucket and you to clean yourself. That's understandable, but a challenge, no. Like there's some challenges I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, I'm not doing that. Like, and I'm not gonna watch it because that's dumb. I can't, and I can't even tell you which parents between tiger parents, the dominating, the military parent, the overprotective parent, the bulldozing parent, the military parent, the tiger parent is worse. They're all bad in their own ways. Can y'all hear me here on Clapper? No, I mean I literally took my phone off. Let me see. Media? Maybe that's it. Can y'all hear me now? Let me see it. Let me see it. It's being weird. I can't tell you which one's worse. Well, for me, because I'm always going to refer back to myself, right? I grew up not so great. I mean, it could have been worse, but it wasn't great either. So my mom was not religious, not in the military, not like the bulldozing, not the tiger here, but very, very overprotective, extremely overprotective. Like so much to the point where I had to sneak around and do shit because I wasn't because she wouldn't let me do fucking. She wouldn't let me do much. So I would always, use the excuse I'm going to my friend's house, whatever, you know, girls, because I was not allowed to date. And it was also a little bit of my stepdad too. My real father was my life. Didn't affect me because I was too younger. A little bit of my stepdad too. More so my mom though, because that was more like chill for the most part. So I wasn't sorry. I was not allowed to drive. I wasn't allowed to date. And I'm laughing because it's so dumb. I wasn't allowed to work. Like they literally would not let me work because I don't have any Bluetooth connected. I have my watch connected, but nothing comes. The sound doesn't come out. So I could not make money. I applied for jobs, as a teenager, but obviously no one hired me. Let me restart my phone. Thank you for the 3 viewers here on Restream. So I wasn't allowed to do pretty much it. My sister, obviously my sister rebelled, for a reason because My mom was the same way with her, but then again, my sister was way worse than me. Like my sister was doing crazy fucking shit. Like I talked about this before, I'm pretty sure. She would come home like with fucking bruises, beat up, drugged up, out drinking, drunk, shots in her arm, shit like that. So that's why I understand that. So, you know, I mean, I didn't witness her doing that shit, but I witnessed her, coming home like that. So that's why I don't drink and do drugs and other night versions. So my sister was way worse, and my sister felt trapped. So she left home early, got married, had a kid, shit like that. And it did change her. So now she's more religious. She goes to church. She has 2 kids. She's happy for her. But that's how I grew up. Couldn't do much, so I lied a lot. And the dating part wasn't an issue because I wasn't interested in dating anyways. I had no interest in dating. I was just focused on school. So wasn't interested in dating. And my parents, my dad, he literally asked me, he's like, "Are you lesbian?" No, I'm just not interested. And I think high school relationships are silly. Like that's just probably not gonna last. It's very very rare that high school relationships last. That high school sweethearts stay together. Very rare. It prevents you to evolve as a person. Yes, it really does. Yes, I do. That's what we need here. I have an hour to do this live, and then I have to get off and finish getting ready, and I'd use on the side. Uh, so the dating thing wasn't a problem. The driving thing was an issue because okay, cool. But they would not fucking let me drive. I took the lessons, but I took them like I had to pretty much beg them like to freaking let me because I want to do it freshman year to get out the way. But I did it senior year, and I'm just not good with groups, like learning in that aspect. Like I have to learn on my own. I have to learn, slower. Like, I can learn fast, but it's like with that, like driving is not easy for everybody. So it took me a long time to learn how to drive. I hate driving, by the way. I fucking hate driving. Fucking sucks. Nothing about driving is good. Thank you, thank you. Like, like I want to be a Princess passenger. I don't want to fucking drive. It's terrible. So I wished I learned to drive earlier, but because here's the volume. Okay, here's the volume. The volume is just being fucking weird because it would have been, good to learn how to drive, but I didn't because my parents would have fucking let me. And it's funny because later on in life, as an adult, they were they regretted that because then they had to drive everywhere. It's like, well, this is what you wanted. You wanted me to not learn how to drive or work. So, and I've had a couple jobs, not like freaking 10, very few, but still, some experience. A couple odd jobs, stuff like that. Walmart, very normal things. And then obviously doing social media here because I'm getting paid so much. It's good. Oh, thank you for buying fans this stuff. Okay, there it goes. Sorry. Down to 300. So yeah, I didn't learn how to drive until like later on, and I didn't have my first job until I was like 19 because my parents would not let me work, and I applied and just because I was a stubborn child. I was a headache. Like I was like, no, I'm still gonna try. I never let my parents, be like, oh, you can't do that. I'm like, well, I'm gonna do that anyways. Like, so I was kind of rebellious. It wasn't like my sister anyways. My mom would always bring up my sister. She'd be like, would be like, like, oh, your sister, you don't end up like your sister. It's like, oh my gosh, like I'm not gonna end up like my sister, my god. And I did because I don't drink, I don't do drugs, never had a problem with that stuff. Can you all hear on Clapper now? Let me know, let me know. The volume's finally working. It's being weird. Hopefully it is. So yeah, but that's boring. I don't really want to talk about work. That's boring. Let's do this here. So we're gonna work. So I had no money as a teenager because, and then they wouldn't like and then they like wouldn't give me any either. Like I would do chores, but they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't give me. And I grew up in a very Hispanic household. Like I said this before, and I'm literally not lying about this. But if you were to ask past people, in, where I used to live, they would say the same thing. Like I literally had rice, beans, and chicken every fucking day. I'm not kidding. Very Spanish household. When I came to that, like we never ever ate pasta. Like, we had pasta every now and then, but it was like a huge plate full of like sauce on sauce. But yeah. Can y'all hear me here? Probably let me know. Let me know. Because the both viewers here, and you know that you have both viewers here on Restream. I can hear the sound drops. Yeah, sometimes the. I'm using Restream. Restream's kind of weird sometimes. Duck. StreamYard, I like it too. StreamYard's also kind of weird, but whatever. Let me see. Okay, maybe this. Maybe this. Okay, let me see. So I had no money, right? So it sucked. So my friends would, they'll be nice for me, and they'll get me lunch stuff like that because my mom would, pack me lunch, and it was like like I can't check it out now. Let me know if you can hear me. And it was like it was like a light lunch. It was like 2 sandwiches, a snack that's about me, compared to like what the other kids had, and I was so jealous of those kids that had like I got to eat the school lunch. I mean, looking back now, no. But every now and then, I would somehow get money for my friends, okay, because I was a good friend. I'm like, okay, cool. And we had this sorry for that in the background. Someone's blowing leaves. It's very noisy. We had this like I can't. Oh my gosh. It was like the line for the lunch, right? And I did not have an account because my parents didn't want to pay for that shit. They're paying for my brother's college tuition when he was a grown ass man and couldn't pay. And you can hear clearly now. And he could have paid that himself. But whatever. So we weren't like poor. We were like middle class for that, that year. But they valued my brother over me. Unfortunately, my leg is going down. So we had this like snack bar thing. So you would go online, right? And it was over here on the side. It was a big white, opening. And they had cookies, stuff like that. And my friends would sometimes buy me stuff, or I'll sometimes get money and buy shit there. In so so in different thing. I was eating, but I wasn't like eating great per se because we had fucking rice, beans, chicken every fucking day. So thank God for my friends' families, my friends' parents who would feed me and let me stay over, let me eat there because I was gonna eat that nasty ass shit. And I'm surprised I did not look back because you're imagine like it was like a plate of rice, like a huge plate of rice. It's not like the Asians eat small, eating like a little bit. We had like a plate of rice, and I never pretty much ate all of it. But you eat like rice and chicken every day, you're gonna eventually it's gonna catch up to you. I got the skinny gene, and I just did not gain weight to save my life. So thank God for my parents. And there was one before I go back on the topic. There was one I cannot check it right now. There was one set of parents. They're like second parents to me. And this man, it was a guy friend, and his dad cooked so good. Like He cooked all the time. He grilled and food so good. Like I always ate there. Every time I was there, his mom was like, "Oh, have you eaten? Do you need something?" Like she was so nice to me. Well, yeah. Um, that was my personal experience. I know a lot of us can understand. I think the religious parents are definitely a little bit way worse than all of them because there is such thing. People don't really talk about it. There is such thing as spiritual abuse, and a lot of the time, these parents, that are overly religious, they abuse their kids physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. They're always like, "Oh, God's watching. Don't speak in the name of God." All that bullshit. They're like, God, like they use God against you. And that's insane. That's insane. And if you're a girl and you grow up in a religious household, oh, you definitely cannot like have sex. You cannot like do anything. It's ironic because those kids are usually the worst kids. They are doing the thank you for my word here. They're like doing the worst shit. They're the most mischievous and sneakiest kids because their parents are any states, their parents are controlling them. They can't fucking do shit. They can't do anything. They can't freaking show skin. I mean, obviously, you should show too much. Damn, like this is not a fucking like this is not like the Middle East. I don't mean any Middle East. Like your child does not need to be have a trunk in the middle of July when it's 90 degrees. Yeah, those parents are definitely weird. They're strange to me. They want to those parents are like the tiger parents, the religious people, the photos and parents, all of them. So parents are like all of them. To me, they don't love their kid because they want to control them. If you loved your kid, you would let your kid grow as a person. Then you must be a strong person. If you have peace, that's what I would say. A strong person. I learned to build myself up. This fan is cold. It's actually pretty nice outside right now. Those parents, they just want to dictate. It's all about them, Like they want. I am 31. People always ask me on this. Can y'all hear me here on Clapper? Let me know. Those parents just, they just want control. My money's going good. How about you? They don't want their kid to be happy. You should, if you're if you're a parent, I'm sorry, no, it's not about you anymore. It's about your kid. You brought this kid into this world willingly. I don't know why you can't find it. It's very easy to find. Your kid should come first, or your kid's happiness. So you have to give it up. You have to give up your happiness, unfortunately. Okay, did I put the back there? I'll just DM. I'll just send a screenshot of. I'm not sure we do screenshots of Twitter. Those parents are just they're weird. They're controlling. Those parents should not be parents. And you want your kid to be like you, and they expect you to be like a mini of you. They want you to be a little version of them, and that's where my friend comes in narcissism. Those are narcissistic parents. And obviously, there's a difference between NPD and narcissistic traits. You all have them, but narcissistic parents, they're the worst. They're some of the worst because they're not only abusive, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially. They're also self-absorbed. They don't care about you as much as they say they do. Things about them. They'll treat you like shit. Also watched your Cassie. Cassidy. Cassie. Oh, Cassie. Cassie. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I was like, who's Cassidy? Collab? Collab on what? So, if you morph the hyper religious people, right? Parents, they can keep liking them. 360. And narcissist parents, that's hell. That is literally hell on earth. I just have a shirt. I got this from the men's section. It's like a dress kind of. It's so comfortable. Socks. At the top. It's shorts. Oh, you said 360. Come on. Stand this shit up. Oh, shit. I have the window open. I'm using a ring light, so as you can see, it's flexible, so that's good. I know a lot of parents, kids, I think we all have, they grow up in a very rural, especially in the South. My socks don't match, by the way. Green, orange, because I don't have time to find those fucking matching socks. We could do the two viewers here on YouTube. Thank you for sharing it. Thank you. Thank you. I feel bad, honestly, for those kids that grew up in religious households because that's rough. That's rough. Like, not only is there most likely abuse going on, because in my personal opinion, the majority my personal opinion, the majority of people of these religious parents are abusive. I don't care what it says. They're abusive and they hide it. Look at the priest, look at the pastor, like I said in my other line. And people don't want to talk about it because they're good people. No, fuck that shit. There goes no nerd. I'm very lucky I did not grow up in a religious household because I would have been bad. Anyone has to guess like, oh, let's jump on a live here. Hold up, 1, 2, 3. I think I'm hold on. Okay, I think I'm missing one. Oh, yep, that's why. Okay. We all know someone that grew up in a religious household. That sounds terrible. I was very lucky I didn't. I would have ran away from home, freaking go make me go to fucking church. Church is boring. Been to church, don't like it, but yeah. And then you have the sorry for the car. Oh, I can't find the steering wheel. Come on. There it goes. Okay. And then you have the yeah. Those kids need therapy. Like the ones that grow up in very religious households, therapy. There's so much more going on than meets the eye. And then you have the tiger parents, and they're usually Asian parents. Stereotype. And those parents, they want you to get good grades, play piano, shit like that. It's like, dude. And obviously, tiger parents could be, any race, but just it's a stereotype with Asians. They want you to be perfect. They want you to not make any mistakes, and that's even worse. They want you to be, their perfect little angel. Like, there was literally one case. Oh, what was it? Jennifer something. Jennifer something. the one that killed her parents. The hired those guys to hire those men to kill her parents because they were, tiger parents, and she wanted to be with her boyfriend, and they wouldn't let her date even as an adult. She was. They wanted her to be under their control. No. See, no, thank you. I'm good. I'm surprised that there's no feet man up in here today. Because yesterday I was very annoyed, obviously. Those tiger parents are crazy too. But then, since you're talking about this, where are you from? New York. The opposite of all these type of parents. You have the parent who just lets you do whatever you fucking want. Fucking white people, usually. Because these kids are just doing whatever they want, right? Like we see in movies now, the kids are sneaking out. Like, why would you give your kid a room where there's a roof there so the kids can sneak out? These kids are doing whatever they want, and that's not good either. Because then the kid has no discipline. You don't ever whip them. You never spank them. You never hit them. You never ground them or anything. So they don't learn any discipline. They don't learn. No, you cannot take me on my birthday. No. That's not. I'm not. That's not what I'm on this app for. Some of y'all men be using these apps for dating apps. Like, go outside and meet a real woman. Stop using dating apps. Those parents are just as bad. They let their kids do. You met your ex on here. There's a reason she's an ex. Anyways, yeah, those parents let their kids do whatever they want, and their kids end up just way too early. It's like there should be a balance between. Crazy. I think everyone's crazy. There should be a balance between disciplining your kids and letting your kids have freedom. Don't let them too much freedom, but don't also, let them do whatever they want. Don't also, go over boundaries because those parents. Because unlike the parents that actually discipline their kids, and they actually do it the right way, the middle ground parents, they respect boundaries. And boundaries are good for a reason. Everyone should have boundaries. Those parents that let their kids do what they want, there's no boundaries. That's not good. You need to have boundaries with your kids. What do you think of physical discipline? Kids kids should be disciplined physically, especially nowadays because these kids are terrible. They're like Tasmanian devils. Like these kids that you need to get because some of these kids are just like out of control. They're out of fucking control, dude. I can't hear you. I literally restarted this like 4 times. I don't know what's going on with this. Yeah, these kids they're animals. That's why people don't want to have fucking kids now. That's why that's why teachers are quitting because they don't want to deal with these fucking kids. Maybe it's on you. I don't know. It's literally on. The volume's literally on. If I had a kid, which I obviously don't want a kid, if I did, I wouldn't discipline my kid. My kid would get shit taken away. They're not gonna walk all over me. They're gonna do what I say. They're going to respect me, whether they like it or not. They're not gonna sneak out that I know of. They're not gonna have no roof next to their fucking window so they sneak out and shit. I would say those kids and parents are way worse than all the ones I was talking about because it's boundless. No boundaries whatsoever. They do whatever they please, and I would rather have a parent. No, I don't want kids. I'm not a kid person. I don't like kids. Fuck those kids. Kids are too expensive. They're needy. They take up your time. No, thank you. I just restarted that stream like 4 times. I believe in hitting like yeah, if you like have to hit your kid for them to listen, you're not parenting them right. I mean, yes, there's times you should, but the go-to should not always be hit your kid. Like you should like look at your kid one time, not say anything, and they should know. I'd be a good mom. No, I would not be a good mom. I would be miserable. You have to be happy to be a good mom. But thank you for the compliment. You should be able to look at your kid one time and for them to be like, okay, let me stop this shit. You know? Man, fucking Clapper doesn't want to fucking work today, my god. So look, that's working. I just don't know what's going on here. Okay. Clapper is a streaming app. I know people don't like it, but I use it. What is this marriage? Okay, okay. Hold on again. Okay, how much longer do I have? Yeah. You rarely ever see, those parents that let their kids do whatever they want. You rarely see them not being like when it's non-white kids. It's usually white kids. It is like with all the movies. It's usually white kids. I'm 31 because I know damn well that's not gonna happen in no black households. That's not gonna happen in no Middle East households. That's not gonna happen in no Asian households. It's most likely not gonna happen in a Hispanic household unless you have those mothers that are the Hispanic household that are like, oh, like my little boy can do whatever you want, but the girl can't do anything. Really, it does happen in Spanish household, but it's mostly in white households. My children are amazing. Honestly, that's good. That's good. Not everyone has amazing kids. A lot of people's kids are freaking like little parasites. I call kids parasites because I don't want no damn kids draining my bank account and my energy, taking my time up. Nope. Okay, what am I looking for? Yeah, I literally cannot think of like one person that is not white. Not that's cute. That's like literally not white that grew up in that household. Parents didn't fucking help them. That's cute. I love that. Can you all hear me here in Clapper? Let me know. Let me know. Yeah, I can't think of one. I really can't. No black people, no Asians. Like they all grew up in strict households. Every single one of them, the ones that I knew of, they weren't allowed to do. They weren't allowed to do much. Where are you from? From New York. I had my blush. I'll just use this one. Sure, why not? I can't find it right now. Okay. Oh, they're white and Japanese. Interesting. Interesting. I had an old teacher that had he has a son named so the teacher is white and his son is half Chinese, Japanese, something like that. Oh, black. Oh, you're black. Okay, sorry. You look white in the picture. Black and Japanese. Interesting. Black and what the fuck is that? What do you mean? You can't hear me still? Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. His son was what was his name? Son's name Tiger. His son's name was Tiger. Half white, half Japanese, whatever. And then he got with a student. Obviously, she was of age, and then they had more, and they had some kids together. So the kids like half Vietnamese, half. Yeah, those households, those Asian households are strict. So they don't let you do fucking shit. Like you have to be home before freaking the sun, before it gets dark. Yeah, that's what it used to be in the 80s, stuff like that, whatever. Yeah, before that too, you have to be home before the sun, before the sun sets, before the street lights went out, which is probably like 6 or something. I don't freaking know. Okay. What type of household did y'all grow up in? Did y'all grow up in a religious household? A more carefree, more balanced, a more dominating military? What do you stories? Can you all hear me here on Clapper? Let me know, let me know. I can't use headphones because my freaking watch is connected and I have to get out of everything. Okay. How much time do I have? I have okay. Cool. I do not know what Clapper is being fucking has been weird today. It's never happened to me. It's just being strange. Oh, also, y'all, on my Twitter, my morning's going good. How about y'all? How about y'all? On my Twitter, I had to unlock my Twitter. You know, it has like the little pick for 3 viewers here on Restream through YouTube and Kick. Thank you for the the 2 viewers here on YouTube. The sound clapper is going in and out. I don't know what's going on. It's being strange. It's never happened to me before. I do not know why this is doing this. Yeah, so on my Twitter, I had to, take the lock off my profile. I forgot I was there, but I wasn't using it as much. Now I am obviously, and it's a public one, so but it's so I can now go live on there. I did like a little test run earlier, and it was only 3 minutes 30 seconds, but got like 33 views. So my Twitter went up on there, so I can do a live on there. I'd love to go live on Instagram one of these days and have a bigger audience. But somebody bigger. One of these days that'd be great. I'm surprised people are still using Twitter. I'm very surprised. But it's actually, a fun website, fun social media. Obviously it's toxic as well, but it is what it is. My neighbors are hella loud, y'all. Like they're over here having a loud ass conversation. What's your life? I don't have one. I don't have a specific one. I just kind of go live when I do. But I usually do lives at this time. I've recently been doing them. And I'm gonna try to get back to doing live in the middle of the night. So I change stuff like that. One reason aside. But I do stream every day. I wish I could go live like at freaking 8 p.m., 9 p.m. I just can't because I have other things to do. So I don't have like a schedule. I'm not like that. I'm not someone that has like a set schedule for things, you know, a certain time, like that's too OCD. If I get it done, then I get it done. What I want, do I want to get it done? Yes, but it's not like it has to be at that certain time. Can y'all not hear me on Clapper still? It's being weird. What the hell? Let me see. See. Hello, I was talking about over overprotective parents, shit like that. You know, tiger parents, helicopter parents, all that good stuff. Okay. Since I'm done talking about this, thank you for the hearts. Thank you for everything. I'll just say my yourself because I ran out of time last time. So okay. So thank you for showing up here on my TikTok live. Thank you for interacting with me, leaving comments. Thank you for all the hearts and everything. Thank you for listening. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. I will not be keep doing these lives if I wasn't getting a lot of traction. I love doing these lives. They're so fun. I love to interact with people, have conversation. Go follow my link tree. Go look at it. I have it as a post here on my TikTok. Go look at that. If you go to my link tree, there's extra links I want to talk about. I'm on now right now. I'm I'm on many socials. My main socials are Instagram, Threads, YouTube, obviously here TikTok, and Snapchat. And I've been using Twitter more often. So go follow my socials. Go like, comment, share, subscribe. Definitely go subscribe to my YouTube. I'm trying to get to 500 followers. Hopefully, soon. I mean, uh, I don't see that happening by this year, but 250 would be great. 350, 500 would be amazing. And with 500 subscribers, I can do subscriptions. That'd be great. Go follow me here on TikTok. I would like to get up to what am I at? Five something, 570 something. I would like to get up to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and how we can do it. So I can be on live longer, and I can go on live through Restream. I probably won't, just because I like to see the comments on here. I got a lot of traction here. Yes, I got Snap. My Snapchat is also one of the ones I use all the time. I post a lot of things on there. I post every day. I post every day on these things. My Snapchat is Texas, like the state, girl, Mimi, like a nickname, MIMI, 25. I post a lot of stuff on there too, so go follow me on there. My Instagram is Chris, like my name, San 13. So is my Threads. Go follow me on both those and try to get my follow up account on there. We've been doing good, so keep it going, please. My my YouTube is Chris, like my first name, my nickname, Santos, my last name, SATTOS 23. Go definitely go subscribe to there. Go watch my videos, all that good stuff. I have a Rumble as well. I don't really. I need to start posting Rumble. I have a Patreon. I think I want to start doing like a subscription on Patreon. That'd be great. I have a subscription. I need to do. I do need to take screenshots of those and put them up here and pin them on my socials. What else? What else? I have a subscription here on TikTok. 2 tiers, $2.99 and $5.99. I have one video out. It's a short story, but it's a good story. I'll post stuff on there where I don't feel comfortable posting for the public to see. So definitely go check it out. I have a lot of socials, Truth Social, whatever that app is on Blue Sky. It's like like Twitter. What else? What else? What else? Oh my gosh, trying to think what else. I have a Substack. It's like a new app, so I'll definitely take a screenshot of that. I have Discord. I have Twitch. I have Kick. I go live on Super Live. Um, Trovo, Meet Me, stuff like that. I will link this. I will link these one of these days. So just busy. I have lots of stuff coming. A lot of new content. A lot of new like longer videos because I know like my dance videos do very well on YouTube and here on they do on Instagram and TikTok. So go follow me on all that stuff. Go like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. I will be back tomorrow, like I always am. It's just that run. Okay. Good night. Good night. Sorry. Oh, good night. Good morning, wherever you are. Have a good day. Have a good morning. Good afternoon. Whatever. Enjoy your day. Drink water. Eat. Work out. Whatever. So. Good night. Thank you for being here. Restream. And Cram Ellis. Cram. Ellis. Thank you for being here. I'll be back tomorrow. I go live on TikTok every day. I go live on Kick a lot, and I put some eyeshadow on. It's like light eyeshadow. I have some lip balm. It's like literally like Vaseline and color, like like lipstick, whatever you mix it, and great hack. Okay. So good night. Bye everyone. Bye.